unable to make it today, so we're just going to kick off with the people we have here, and maybe if she's able to join during the session, that would be really amazing. So let me just highlight the topic of today's panel session, and then we'll kickstart. So welcome everybody to the panel session 5, and today's topic is unconventional career path, overcoming resistance, managing multiple roles, and shaping new narratives. So today we have Ada, the Igbo language boss, and Chijioke, the content guru, here today with us to share their journey and also their opinions on this topic and how they've been able to leverage their expertise to grow their businesses, to help their audiences, and and a lot of things in between, right? So we are going to start the panel session right now. So let the conversation begin. Drum roll. You guys, keep the comments hot. It's time. Yes, so your marketing guru is here. Keep the comments hot, 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 hot. It's time, it's time. The hour we'll be waiting for is here. All right, so we're going to start with Ada, the Igbo language boss. We're going to start with Ada. So
Okay.
Ada, you are now on the hot seat. Okay, it's not hot seat, semi-hot seat. But before we start, I want you guys to introduce yourself, 1 minute each. So they say ladies go first. So Ada, you go first. Introduce yourself. Tell us about you and what you do, and then Chijioke will go next. As a gentleman, I hope you don't mind.
I don't mind.
You go next and then introduce yourself and tell us about you. Yeah, so Ada goes first.
Okay. All right. So my name is Ada. I teach Igbo language. I also proofread Igbo resources. I develop curriculum for people that want to go into this business and they don't know where and how to start. So I do all of that. I also do translation. So basically, I am all about Igbo language. I promote, anything Igbo, the language, the culture, its people, everything about Igbo language. And I am also a mom, so it's all mixed up together. We are doing all of them together. Doing
Abi,
motherhood. We are doing
good to have
motherhood,
you here.
doing wifehood, we are doing businesshood, everything together. So yeah, that's
Good
it
to have
about
you
me.
here. Good to have you
Thank
here, Ada. Ada is the Igbo language boss on Instagram, so you can follow her there and see the amazing work that she's doing to keep the heritage, the Igbo heritage. So thank you very much. Good to have you here. So
thank
our gentleman in the house, over to you, sir. Oh, okay. I think the network is. This is why Nigeria is somehow. But yeah, let's go on, and when he gets back on, we're going to bring him up. Okay. So, Ada, as a teacher of Igbo language, you may face challenges as people. You must have faced challenges, or you're still facing, as people may not perceive it as a lucrative skill or a primary need, right? How have you been able to grow your brand to the level it is today, considering this factor? That they don't see Igbo language as something that is giving them money, or like the way marketing is, the way launching a digital product is. Learning Igbo language is not like a survival skill or a money making skill. You know, have you been able to grow your brand to this level today? Because I've seen you grow. Uh, I've experienced your growth, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. Have you been able to do this over the years?
Okay, so first of all glory to God. He's going to take that. And the next thing is the fact, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, so the next thing that I am going to say is actually, I told myself that if I'm going to do this, I need to learn the ropes, right?
Mm.
I used to work in a corporate organization and I handled their social media at some point. I was their sales rep, like the first contact that they meet, whoever that comes around that particular firm comes. So I
Mm-hmm.
was the first, rep. So it gave me an opportunity to be able to relate with people. So I have gotten the patient part of business to a great extent. So there's nothing that a customer or a client can say to me that will get me upset to the extent of exchanging words. I would
Mm-hmm.
rather leave the message and come back to it later. So that's one. I know I had that, but that's not the only thing that I need to grow a business. I
Of course.
need I need to learn how to market, how to be able to tell somebody that you don't know how to speak your language. You need to learn how to speak your language. And this is the amount you need to pay. This is the amount that you have to pay to be able to learn this through me, to be able to be carried along through me. So I needed to learn that. And I following Trisha B's Niger Brand Chic. And then there was a day that Niger Brand Chic mentioned the people that are doing well in their own space. And your name was she tagged you. That was how
Oh,
I Yes, that was how I started following you. So yeah, I was actually following you with one, like a personal account, with hope that when I start I will need to remember this, and then so that was how I got to know you. And then some of your low cost course, like you did one email market, it's not, is it email marketing, like how to build a
landing page
landing
mini
page.
course.
Yes, yes. So I joined, when it was free, and then even when you now started selling it, I had to buy it because I had already forgotten. And then where I wrote it down, I was no longer finding it. So I got that, and then I was following you bumper to bumper. Anything that you release, I'll share. Say I need to, I need to join. I need to get, as long as I
Yeah.
see somebody, because I already had the mindset that this business is here to stay. So you need to build it properly. You need to have all it takes to be able to stand, upcoming, or, stand the test of time. So those were the things that I was very conscious about. And then when I eventually started charging people, even though I started like very, very low, I needed to get the testimonials and all of that, and which I did at some point. And then, I started growing. I became more confident to tell people that this is because it's not easy to teach a language,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not what you will see everywhere. So if you're going to do this, this is what you need to invest. This is how it's going to be done. This is what we're going to do. And you have to respect, my time and your own time. So, and then people that actually understood. I heard when you were asking people, if you're going to name your business with a car, what is it going to be? I was even looking for what kind of, which car will I name this my business? So because which car is not usually seen like that. It's not a
Yeah,
popular
that's rare.
because people like the idea. Oh, somebody is teaching Igbo language. Wow, that's cool. Okay. Do you have? Are people actually learning? Are people actually coming to
To pay for it,
learn? Are
yeah.
people actually paying for it? But it will be surprising for them when they now come in. Maybe I save their number and they see, testimonials or screenshots of payments or what people are saying, or they go to my page and say, and they'll come back and say, wow, this is serious. I mean, I can speak Igbo. Maybe I should go into this. But it's actually a business. It's not, I know how many courses I've done to be able to answer a certified teacher, to be able to say, beat my chest that this is what I do. This is what I'm going to be doing for a very long time. So I'm here to stay, and yeah. So that was it. That was just it. So proper structure, proper getting
The
what's it
invest in the right knowledge that will
yes,
help you.
proper investing in myself, like every other thing that I need to move this business forward. Yeah, that was it. And you know the story now.
I
Even
know.
with the toddlers, I mean with the babies there, they
Yes,
were
I love
very
it. You have
supportive.
twin boys. It's not easy.
Yes. With everything, and then a great support system. Hobby was around, so sometimes when I have class, he will hold them. We do just Everything coming now is coming together, looking like it's going to flourish. I mean, it's flourishing already. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing, amazing. Thank you for sharing that. But one key thing I also want to ask is it how did you like started convincing people that, oh, this is not a money making skill, oh, this skill will not make you money, oh, but is important to you. How do you start convincing people? Because learning a language, now what's my business? Well, it's true now. Because people that even English language is even okay. You can say, okay, if I even teach, you're laughing, Chijioke. If I even teach English language, I say, oh, when you know how to speak good English, you'll be able to sell. Abi, what are you not
Yeah.
saying with people? When you learn to say to speak Igbo, you'll be able to say. You cannot say that
Okay.
now.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
how
So
did you
you're
convince?
asking the end game, right?
How,
Like
how,
what?
how are you able to convince people that this is worth paying for?
Okay. Okay. Great. So before I tell them that, you need to be connected to your origin. You cannot say you are an Igbo person, and when someone say Kedupan, you cannot even open your mouth to respond. It's kind of shameful that basic conversations in your language you cannot even hold on to, like you can't even make them. So I started with that. And as little as that is, most people want to be able to, hold the littlest, if there's a word for, like, the tiniest part of their culture, and that can be a language, the tiniest, especially people that are not in Nigeria. Like, even if it's just to see you, and you tell them Kedukwan, and they hear your voice, I'll tell you, it's a whole lot for some people. Do you understand? So that was what I started with, like making them to realize that you cannot be a fool. You cannot say you're an Igbo and you cannot openly have a 5 minutes conversation with someone in Igbo. What if you don't? What if you find yourself where there is nobody speaking English and it's only Igbo people and you are Igbo? What are you going to say? Like, what if you are an Igbo and then you are in a competition that you're asked to just say, "Oh, can you say what is rice in Igbo?" and you're to win $10 million, and because of rice you will not win,
Ina ina,
because of,
we say ina
yeah,
ina.
you're
Osina,
going to
osina.
it's going to pain you, it's going to pain you a lot. So just making them see the fact that for you to be a full blood Igbo, yes, it's going to take it's going to take time. I don't even sugarcoat it. It's not going to be a 1 month, 2 months, or even 3 months affair, depending on the level you want to get to. But you need to be able to hold 5 minutes conversation. You need to be able to exchange pleasantries with your fellow Igbo. Not when they say Kedupa, you now say, I cannot speak, oh, and then you carry your head like this. I don't know how to explain that. So, for some people, it's a serious issue for them.
It's
Like
embarrassing. Yeah.
yes, for some people it's embarrassing. So anything to take that shame away, they are in. Yeah.
So amazing. So basically, in a nutshell, I would say you tap into the emotional reason why
Yes.
they
Yes.
needed to learn and hold on to their heritage, which is learning Igbo language. That's
Exactly.
really good. That's really good. Thank you very much for sharing that. So Chijioke, welcome back.
Thank you very
We
much.
lost you at a point. Nigeria
Yeah,
network don't want us to be great.
I switched to my router, so it just messed everything up. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Good to have you back. So, we're just going to start with the question for you. So, as a pharmacist, I think you're a pharmacist, right?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
a pharmacist.
As a pharmacist, what inspired you to that your face? Why your face? Don't worry, the question will not be hot. Don't worry.
No problem.
As a pharmacist, what inspired you to venture into the field of copywriting and also becoming a growth partner? Like
Okay.
those fields does not relate. How did you get here?
Okay. So basically, yeah, I when I was in school as a student, as a pharmacy student, I worked as a content writer. You know, back then, doing side hustle was not popular, but I wanted to make more money. Yeah, I also wanted to make more money, and that it happened by accident actually. So I normally write in my school magazines and stuff like that. So one of my friends was like, "Guy, she used to write, Abby." I said yes. So her name was Judy. So so there's this place I am. They used to pay us to write. Too. I'm like, seriously, they used to pay you to write. So how much now? So she said they used to pay them 1 naira per word, stuff like that. So I joined them. I was making small money then, 30K in 2 weeks, stuff like that. So we are just doing all of that and just going. But then after school, I came out as a pharmacist. I started practicing. I started my internship in NAFDAC back then. Then I met somebody else. Actually, most of my journey was about meeting people and how they
By
shaped my
accident.
stuff. Yeah. So I met some Joshua. So Joshua was a graphic designer. Joshua didn't want to do internship. Doing internship as a pharmacist was a big deal because they are paying us 150K per month. We just came
Wow,
out from
Omo.
school. You just came out from school, they are paying
Wow.
you 150K. You get so the big deal. But Joshua was like, I didn't want to do internship. I'm like, guy, you man. He said my graphic design skills gives me $2,000 every month. I don't need more than 50,000 there. I was like, how
Yes.
are you doing it? He now introduced me to Fiverr, for the Fiverr platform. I said, guy, I can start writing on Fiverr. So then I got on Fiverr and I discovered copywriting because before I was doing content writing. But on Fiverr, I was like,
Oh,
and I had copywriting. What's copywriting? I started researching, I started looking into it. I said, okay, I bought courses, I started learning, and I started offering copywriting services. It was going well. Until, I don't know, those who know me know my famous heartbreak in 2020. In 2020, I lost my Fiverr account. I came back from church on
wow.
Sunday. Because I had a client I was supposed to deliver something to. I came back to church, so I opened my laptop to send it. Next thing, my email was not opening. My Fiverr account was open. I was scared. Next thing I saw a debit. $700 had left my Fiverr account. I was like, okay, this is
Ah,
crazy. Before you know what was happening, I could not send my Fiverr account. Basically, somebody hacked my Fiverr account. So when I
wow.
contacted Fiverr, Fiverr said that the person has been tailing me for 2 months and everything. So they
Wow.
just locked the account. So they locked the account. But I didn't get the money back. I didn't get the account back. Everything just left like that. And for those who know Fiverr, I was a level one going to level two seller. It was a big deal because they promote your account more. So I had to start from scratch. So when I lost that account, I did not
Just
write
wish.
anything. I didn't write anything for 6 months, 6 to 7 months. I didn't do anything. I just focused on my pharmacy profession. I was in pharmacy. Now, how pharmacy helped all this thing was working in the pharmacy profession. I worked with a brand that needed me to grow a branch. So it was, I think, okay, Express Pharmacy in Lagos. I guess where I did my first job. So when I came, the branch was, just there doing 150K per day and stuff like that. So like, okay, I then I became the head of the pharmacy. So I had to look for how to grow the sales because we need to make sales. If we didn't make sales, I will not get my
For no salary.
my bonus. Actually, there was a bonus for getting the target. So
Oh,
so I was
wow.
like, okay. So I started thinking, how can I make sales better? So I worked with my partner. We put on some marketing techniques and we increased the sales 250, 200, 250 from 150 per day. So then I started understanding marketing more. I moved to another pharmacy. This one, they wanted me to start a whole new branch from zero.
Wow.
So there was no customer base. So I started applying all the things because when you start reading into copywriting, you start getting a bit into marketing a lot. So I started applying everything I learned in the whole corporate marketing stuff to the pharmacy. I opened the WhatsApp group for my pharmacy, told them we had a community in the pharmacy. It was a new pharmacy now. So we had a community in the pharmacy. If you have questions, you can ask. Before you know it, the pharmacy took off, just grew like that, and we found success there and it grew. So then after doing all of this, I was like, okay, sure, okay, I think it's time to come back to copywriting because you cannot carry heartbreak for a long time. So I came back to copywriting. But this time I went for Instagram. I started to build a brand on Instagram. I didn't go to any freelancing platform. I
Yeah.
came to Instagram, started building my brand, growing. Then as I was growing, I started getting some clients. I started working with some people. Then somebody DM me. I was like, "Would you like to be our growth marketer?" I was like, "I don't know, what is growth market?" They said, "But I was on my own.
Wow.
Oh. I was on my own on Instagram. They
Wow.
sent me here. Say we're a startup, blah 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 blah. We have gone through your account. We like what you do. We like your wealth of knowledge. I believe you'll be a right fit for us in growth marketing." So I had an
Wow.
interview with them. I had an interview with them, and well, I became their growth marketer. So basically, that's how I entered into growth partnership. I did
Wow.
not plan to enter into growth partnership. I was just sharing what I knew on Instagram. And that's how I got all my clients actually, by sharing what I knew on Instagram. And most of them came to my DM to say, okay, I want to work with you, I want to do that with you. So that's why I keep telling people you cannot carry your talent and put it under
In a box or
in
hide
a
it
box.
somewhere. Yeah.
You have to just put yourself out there. You don't know who is watching. Yeah. One of my first clients was like a very big personal brand coach in Nigeria. When she DM me, she catch me first. I was like,
Imagine.
what's going on here? She said, I just saw your account. I liked what you are doing. I want you to be write copy for me. So wrote copy for one of our launches. And that was when actually I said, okay. This can be a career
The
for me.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, and before you knew it, I decided to take a little break from pharmacy. I'm still going to go back because I want to start my own community pharmacy. So I'm still going to go to pharmacy, but I took a break from working in pharmacy so I can focus on building my personal brand and all of that and working with my clients. With the hope of at the end of the day venturing back into pharmacy, running my own pharmacy and building my own chain. I want my own Med Plus. It's not a C. So I want my
Of
own I
course.
want my own Med Plus. I want my own Health Plus. I want to build my own chain of pharmacy. So that's basically where I'm headed as a person.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a really amazing story, you know. Some things happen by chance, but also from that chance, you also were able to find your path here. But the key thing I can pick from all of this thing is people, right?
Yeah.
The first thing is people because the first one was the some person who introduced you to the writing thing, and then the second
Yeah.
one was the graphics designer who introduced you to Fiverr, and then from there, the next thing I would see there is putting yourself out there. Put
Yeah.
yourself out there, which is where you found Instagram, started putting things out, and you're able to attract people to yourself, right? Don't people
Yeah.
are watching. That's just the thing. Like you mentioned,
True.
there's a big brand that also that she has never worked with me, but she has referred people that have paid me thousands. In fact, she has referred somebody that's paid me over a million naira. In fact, this person that has paid me million naira bought me, have paid me, give me money to go and buy phone, iPhone. This one not be even joke. Like for free. Now woman not be saying a man say he's giving me to because they want to sleep with me or
It's
anything.
striking you.
Well, he's sacking me. Like the person has paid me over a million naira working with them. Still gave me money to go and buy phone, 500K. Like tell her that she called me. I was like, oh, my phone is hanging. She was like, okay, I'll buy you a phone. And so they send me money to go
Just
buy
like
phone.
that.
Just it's all from showing up. It's all from putting myself out there. I did not do any juju or any extra thing. Of course there are strategies, but at the end of the day,
True.
all these
True.
things, all these things you're learning from this conference, they will all be useless
If
if
you don't implement.
you don't show up after the conference. Now you go and throw away the book, you go and sleep, you just tag me on my story. Oh, this session was fire, fire, fire. You now go and sleep. Guy, nothing will still change. Next year, we'll do this conference, you'll still come again. And nothing has changed in your life. It's not a I'm
True.
not cutting
True.
anybody.
So true. So like I said, I also forgot to mention for those that I invested in courses, like one of my
Of
biggest
course,
investments was
learning,
2020.
personal
Wow.
investment, yeah.
It was crazy. 2021 when monetize your knowledge came out that I was like, okay, Chijioke. It's like you pay for this thing. Oh. So
Exactly.
I when I paid for it, it paid me because I never really paid that much to before.
Monetize and knowledge is expensive.
It touched me, touched my chest. But I knew Trisha Biz. I followed her since 2020. I was like, no, I have to be here. I have to get this knowledge. I have to get this
Of
stuff.
course.
And investing in yourself also does something to you. See, if you invest in yourself, you will not be able to even not give value to others. It will
Of
push you
course.
to actually start
It's
doing
what you
things.
have here.
Get it will, if you don't have anything, you cannot actually give out anything.
True.
So it's very important. It's very important.
No doubt. And Ada here too. This woman, I say everywhere. She na DS, I should never enter. She na this one. Everywhere. It's not because I'm not saying that you should start jumping from one place to another. That's not what we are saying here.
True,
Look
true.
for what is valuable to you. If you know that this thing will help you, don't hold back and say, let me keep this money.
Yes.
Don't just, I'm
You
not
end
saying go
up
and buy everybody's course, so that's not what I'm saying. But if you know say this thing will help you, go and register, go and buy it. Stop being stingy. This year alone, I've spent more than 500K paying for things. Buying for I'm on a 1 year training, learning product marketing. I'm paying every month school fees. I know how much I'm paying every month. After this one, I'm also planning to go and pay another 300 and something K to learn another thing. It's not because Elo likes to learn, or sometimes even to even show up to class, go I know they get power. but I push myself. It's not because Ella has all the time in the world, or Chijioke has all the time, or Ada has all the time. Ada has twins, two boys.
I've seen
Imagine
one
what
of them at the back.
they see them there. Imagine having twins. So let's move on. So as we are saying that show up, right? Regardless of whatever, and also invest in yourself. Do not hoard any money. When you know that this thing will be valuable to you, show up. When you know that this will be valuable to you, pay for it. Don't do a la roro and say, "Oh, I'm not going to pay." And today's session was about building relationships. And one thing that Haoma have said, don't be waiting for free relationship. Pay. I saw Ada when she paid for DS and they went for this convention, and she met so many people. I saw these videos, they start tagging themselves, all of those things. That's where connections start from. Pay for access. Even sometimes you pay for these courses, not necessarily because just for the course. Sometimes you pay for these courses for the access. You know, you pay, yes, now you pay for
True.
it for the access. There's something Shushabis told me one time in the comments, in the DM. So we're talking one time, I don't know what we were talking about, and then she told me that she said, "I carry you for back like hunchback." Do you know what that means? I've never met Shushabis in my life before. In fact, I've never even worked with her before. It's just that I've bought her courses, and I used to show up on my page. And I don't know how I even got into her DM. I think it was from buying something from her that I landed into her DM and then started talking. She has referred so many people to me. And then one day she said to me that, "Oh, well done. Say I carry you for back like hunchback." You know how hunchback like the person back will be say is on the, like it's not detachable. Eh? Imagine your mentor, your icon telling you that they carry you for back like hunchback. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? And it's all because I was showing up. Not be any juju. I not go pay her any special money or have to do anything extra or to say, "Oh, I paid her for it." I didn't do any of those things. It's all from showing up. That was how I was able to get her, for her to even say that kind of thing to me, ha. It's a privilege. And even what Chijioke
Yeah.
said, a very big person in the industry reaching out to him, saying, "Come and work with me," just by what they saw on his page. It's a lot. It tells you a lot. It tells you how powerful showing up can be. So thank you guys for that. I have another question for Ada. Being a mother and a wife, how do you manage to actually create content and show up for your clients? Create content and then show up for your clients. Do you have a team supporting you, or you handle everything on your own? Because we need to, even me on my own sometimes I dey cry. Me that I don't have husband, I don't have children. Hey.
Wow. Okay. So when I started, what I used to do is when I started shooting videos, like I started with holding my phone, like selfie, talking it, and then I started buying small gadgets, tabletop, ring lights, and all of that. So what I do then, that the kids were really still very tiny. Whenever we go to church, at least I will, I'll apply
You do makeup.
small. So when we come back, by the time they are having their siesta or nap, like afternoon sleep, I'll just rush into the sitting room, one corner, and do like two or three videos. And I'll tell myself, okay, this week you post three videos, and then the rest will be write ups.
Right up, yeah.
Yeah, I think we did I had one-on-one with you, and you told me that videos will be better because it's only, and I agreed as well. It's only somebody that can speak that will be able to write. If you
Of
cannot
course.
speak or read, like if you cannot even say the words, there's no need of reading. You will not even bother. So I told myself, okay, we have to be serious. Let's start with once in 2 weeks. So once every 2 weeks, I'll just tell myself this night is for shooting videos. Even if it's just 5 videos or 6 or 7, I will shoot them properly. I'll write a script, get the topic, and do, a proper video. And when I tried it, it was giving me what I wanted. It was getting me out there. People were seeing and commenting and saying, "Oh, I saw your thing," sending DMs and all of that. So I had to continue in that light. So now what I do is I have like I have someone that comes in and then will do the videos, and then she will edit and leave it for me, and then I will schedule. Thank God for Instagram schedule.
Sadly.
Thank God, because having to maneuver from one app to the other, sometimes the app will decide that today, oh, I will not show up for you. So, but Instagram scheduling feature has been a lifesaver for somebody like me. So that's what we've been doing so far. I started with only me, but we are moving to the permanent site. So somebody
I
has
can see the
joined.
improvements in the videos and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody has joined. So now I'm not struggling with, am I looking at myself or the camera? Somebody is holding the phone to say, okay, come this way, do this, So the power of team as well, it's not, as you're growing, you start delegating some tasks to people so that you will not be too overwhelmed. You will know that, okay,
True.
you're concentrating on your own strength and somebody is concentrating on your weakness. So that's what, and
Yeah,
then
I
when it's
agree.
time for mother motherhood something, we'll go and do more. So in the morning they've started school now, so we'll take them to school. They stay there till 1 p.m. So between that time we can do something before they come back, and then classes start and all of that. So yeah,
Wow, that's really
that's
good.
what
So
we've been
basically, just planning yourself, time
doing.
management, and also scheduling things, so that you'll be able to. Because at the end of the day, I don't think there's another way around it. It's
Yeah,
just you just have to decide that you just want to do this thing. Discipline. There's no two ways around discipline. You have to decide that you want to be disciplined.
yeah,
And scheduling and planning is something that's really helped well when it comes to
Down there
time
go.
management. Thank you very much for sharing that. So,
thank you.
Shizuke, the next question is for you.
Okay.
Although you've mentioned that you have put pharmacy on a pause for now, but before you put it on a pause, how were you juggling between being a pharmacist and being a copywriter? Is it because of the overwhelm now that made you pause pharmacy, or maybe something else?
No, actually, so see, I was practicing. Pharmacy has different, there's a different ways you can work as pharmacist. So, as a community pharmacist, those guys you see at the pharmacy, you come out to work. So when I was a community pharmacist, it was not that overwhelming because my shift was usually from down to planning. My shift was usually from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 3 p.m. till 9 p.m. So it's alternate weeks. So this week, if I do morning shift, next week I'll do night shift. Yeah. So what I do is that the week I know that I'm doing morning shift, I know okay, when I come back from by 3 p.m. When I come back from by 3 p.m. from 3 p.m. down to 9, I'll do my client work and all of those things. And the way community pharmacy is structured is usually when there's a patient in front of me and I have to, like communicate with them and talk with them. But during those times when there's really nobody in front of me, and I was head of pharmacy for most of my profession, so it gives me time to like, okay, maybe interact on Instagram, do networking and do other things. So that helped. But then I now switched. I now left community pharmacy and now went to become a medical sales rep. Now, so a medical sales rep is a more complicated role because you are literally outside every time. So what you do is basically you go to hospitals, pharmacies, clinics to go and promote the drugs of your company. So then I leave my house. I'm not joking. Alone. I leave my house by 5 a.m. and come back by 11 p.m. I'm not joking because of Lagos traffic. When you leave your house in the morning, because I was driving. So when you leave the house in the morning and then come back 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. It impacted on my business, so I could not combine it. I'm not going to lie. I could not combine it. I was delaying work because most times I'm out depending on weekends and the night to work. So I wake up very tired the next morning and it was just a mess. So I had to tell myself the truth. I was like, see, Chijioke, you have to choose one. So that you focus on this job or you focus on this stuff before you come back to invest in the pharmacy business. So that was the point where I broke. For those who are around May last year, May, June, July, people that I felt sick a lot. I was breaking down a lot. I was taking plenty of social media breaks. That was what was happening. Yeah, all that pressure. So I was like, no, I have to choose one and leave the other. So I resigned from my job and decided to focus on
Wow.
my Instagram business. Yeah.
That
So,
was a
but if it
very
was
bold step.
my dear, it was scary when I told my parents that I was resigned from my job. Um, they called me. I was like, "Is everything okay?" When I'm not trying to explain what I do for a living now, it's difficult to understand because what am I? What is copywriter? Chijioke, what is copywriter? So you get, so it's
You're
difficult to
playing
understand.
online.
You get so, but one thing that was something that I always tell people, yeah, it's there's a trust I have with my parents because since age of 16, I was taking a lot of crazy decisions. They wanted me to school in Anambra State because they live in Anambra State. I went to go and school in Port Harcourt. I didn't even tell them when I failed my jump for. I got admission and I ran away to Port Harcourt from the age of 16. So since then, they are like, okay, this one is not okay. So they normally trust me when I make some kind of weird decisions. Weird decisions. When I wanted to serve, when I wanted to do internship, every decision was like doing things that are just out of the blues. So I thought that I was going to resign. My father just called me and said, Chijioke, I have been trusting you all your life, so it's not now that I'm coming to come and stand in your way. So I'm going to still trust you. Just take care of yourself. Every week you call me, hope everything is okay. I say yes, everything is okay. So they were really supportive. My siblings were really supportive, and um, my partner at the time was really supportive. So it really helped the whole transition. Even I was not making a lot of money because I've lost all my clients. So
Oh,
I had to like start
exactly. Yeah.
I had to start looking for new ones, building new relationships, and before you knew what was happening, we are here today. So
What made you dish? Let me not say that's a very deep word. But what made you choose copywriting over your pharmacy stuff? Like, at least because pharmacy, there is a stable income. The income is
yes, that's a
stable
stable
every
income.
month.
Yes,
You know that, yeah, if you know that you're getting 250K every month, it's 250K every month. But
exactly.
you know,
So this income,
but copywriting sometimes in a month, say make we no lie, sometimes in a month, no go see shishi.
you will not see money, yeah. So, but here was the
Sometimes
thing.
you go get 3 months money in one month. You just be like,
So that's the thing. So
we
here's
know
the
these
thing.
things, not be saying this thing.
You get. So
So why
here's
did
the
you choose
so
copywriting over? Yeah.
what happened was this. I looked at the profession, first profession. I'm going to be really honest with you. Really, in the first profession in Nigeria, the only way you can really actually grow your income is two ways. Is that you work for a multinational company or you start your own pharmacy. Because in the community pharmacy setting, there's no really growth, there's no really career path in the community pharmacy setting. You might stay in the same salary for 5 years and nobody will send them back. But but if you join a multinational company, you'll be getting promotion, giving you car, maybe even buying fuel for you, buying gas. But the company I was working for was the one fueling my car and all of those type of stuff. So it's there's a part you get. But then I've been in copywriting before. I've I've legit made 10 times my salary in 1 month. So I was like, okay, you can focus on this part that is lucrative, grow there, then come back and start your community pharmacy business and just establish yourself. So I looked at which part is going to drive me closer to having enough capital to start my own thing. So it's the copywriting part that was going to drive me closer to do that. And the good news was after I took the step, months later, I landed an agency role. Agency roles are more stable because you get monthly remuneration. I got an agency role with a foreign company, so it really helped my whole copywriting journey because I can work on my individual clients' projects, but I know that every month my agency is paying me this amount because I have done work for them that month. So it's also good as a copywriter. So please, if you're only depending on freelance clients, try and have a stable income so that you not be.
Yes.
It also helps your pricing. So you'll not be collecting weird discounts and be doing cheap work because
Yes.
you need
True.
food to eat, please. Or because I know I have a stable income, I don't need to send anybody papa. If I give you price, if you don't like it, you can move on because I am not desperate. So remove that desperation. So please, if you are doing a freelancer, try and get a stable income. It helps. It helps. Don't
I
allow
agree.
anybody
No
deceive
doubt.
you. It helps. It helps. It helps. Please. It
I will
helps.
not. No,
And I'm
I agree
not
with you.
and I'm not advising anyone to just wake up again and resign from their job. Please.
No, please
Resign from
don't.
your job.
Don't go and resign. Say Chijioke, say I resign.
Hunger, why are you? Before I resign, let me boss it. Before I resign, I had savings that could feed me for 6 months. Please.
Very good.
I had savings that could see give me some 6 months.
Like if worse
My
come
house
to
rent
worse,
was
at least
paid.
hunger no beat me.
My house rent was paid for 1 year. My house rent was already paid for 1 year. So I
Oh,
had a place to sleep for 1 year. And I had
you have food to eat for six
eating
months.
for 6 months. So I was set. So that was what God gave me mind to do it. So if you don't have all those things, please, I've seen people who quit their job and went into a mess. So that's why I'm begging that it is something I should be careful about. When you go on Twitter, you just, especially Twitter, be like, I walked out of my 9 to 5. The person will not tell you
Now so
what what that happened, you get, or how they
yeah.
prepared for it. Somebody that
Uh,
has $100,000 in the bank walked out. You that don't have anything, you are walking out.
you
So,
want to
so
work out. You want to work out. They play.
definitely. So please. So I had to say that because anytime I tell my story, people like, it's like it's a sign. It's not a sign, oh. Please,
It's
please.
not a sign. No, don't deceive yourself.
No do, no do.
Not
No
a sign.
do I
No.
beg. I beg. And I did that last come to last few once I go my sister house and I pass no day because they're
I
already
don't.
supporting me. So that's
Hey
But not be
God.
lie, Shao. It's true. Not be lie because so many people they will just say, "Oh, I quit my job and then I focus on my hustle." No, 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 no. They will not tell you the things that they already had in place, the resources and the finances they had in place before they quit their job. Me, I stopped doing 9 to 5 in 2021.
exactly.
And before I stopped doing 9 to 5, I already have a stable income that was paying me. I was working. I was also working. At that time, I was working for seller. At least I know that every month, no one know how seller they pay me money. And they get monthly salary. So I quit my 9 to 5 and I was working from home for that company, and they were paying me money every month. I knew that salary was coming in. And at that time where I also quit was when I felt like, oh, my business at least every month, ibad as ibad, I'll get money for that, I get money for food, get money for my basic needs from my business. My business was already at that level where it could generate that money for me. So I not just quit everything, and that's why most people they keep negotiating with hunger. Imagine person wey never chop and you don't have any business. Somebody come, you tell the person 50K, person say, I'll pay you 20,000 or 10,000. You go agree because in your mind, say, well, make I just do this. At least that 10,000 go hold me for the next 2 weeks. Make
Yeah.
I just do this to use our whole
And they will
body.
frustrate you.
They'll frustrate you, and that's why you keep undercharging yourself over and over and over. And you will not be able to deliver the value where you say you will able to deliver because you'll be angry. You are hungry. A hungry man is an angry man.
Oh my God.
The hungry man is an angry man because you got a vex because at the end of the day, that 10,000 will finish in 5 days. Or in a let's say last work for what let's say you must have been managed 1 week. 10,000 finish. Money
Your
don't
anger
finish.
will
You
start
work,
again.
you dey do the work for two months.
The anger will
Imagine,
start again.
imagine when you have to go and you look for money to complete the work of somebody that you have spent the money and you're
Sure.
hungry. You go just the para, the vest, they change am for everybody. So I beg, please guys, don't go and quit your job and say, oh, Chijioke quit his job. Let me go and quit my own job. Make sure you have the necessary things in place, or at least make sure say you get where you go wrong, go stay. Like me, now, if hunger beat me, now I get plenty places where I want wrong go. If I say tomorrow, Chijioke she no pay me again. I get where I go wrong go, I'll go eat free food.
Yeah,
At least
be
for like 3 months, I have where I can be accommodated with free food till I can figure out my life. So please, guys, don't just leave what you have going on because you feel like freelancing is the thing. Make sure you are doing it to a certain extent where you can. So right now I have people that work with me. I have my graphics designer that I pay every month. I have my video guy. I also have another person in my team, doing community and email marketing thing. Because I know that I have a steady monthly income. I can use to pay these people because which even pocket, I don't have even pocket money to pay anything. Pocket money from where? Is it the one I will get from the company that I'm working with? No. Even as I'm here, I'm open to job opportunities. If I see a very good job that would not eat into my time to work with a company, I'm going to take it up. Although I have my reservations for the kind of company I want to work with, the company must have structure. The company not going to be like my own solopreneur company where you are just struggling to build your teams. I have something like that going on for me already. If I want to have a if I want to work with a company, it has to be a company that has structure. Companies like, big companies that have structure, that I know that, oh, this is way bigger than what I already have going on for myself. But if it's a company where it's still a one-man thing that they'll bring me to the team and still, I will not do that, because why not? Why not just put
I tell you, we are
energy?
lucky to have you. We
Yes.
want to grow together. We are growing.
Oh, I don't want grow. I don't want grow. I'll put that energy in my DCC. I just reduce my this. If I put that energy, I know how much I'll be making every month. But then at the end
Yeah.
of the day, if I see a really lucrative opportunity with a good company that fits my need, that fits my deal company, I am open to go and work. So don't say, oh, because Ella is building the target chick. If she see work now, she know I praise I see work for Google, no go. Or I see work for this. They play. I'll register, I'll go. I'll be doing my work there. I'll be doing my data creator chick. They play, guys. You know, so don't just say, oh, 9 to 5 is nothing for me, blah, 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 those kind of things. You don't, it's never say never. Even as Ada is here now, you might get a deal with a multi-international company now. Oh my, you go turn to 9 to 5 by force. You don't
As
know
a,
where you
I tell you, they wear suits. They go meet them for this for that side.
they play. Entrepreneurship is sweet. Also, it's also bitter. There are a lot of sacrifices you need to make. But at the end of the day, sometimes even working with this bigger organization also gives you the opportunity to learn and also get access to some of these things that you can even go and use in your own business. Not just sit down for
Yeah.
that your business. Down there, yes, I'm a CEO.
Indo,
I'm a
Indo.
CEO. Go outside, make you see what other people they do. Other people they do for their business. They there, me they do.
Oh my
I'm
God.
a CEO. They play. Your eye go so clear. Oh my god.
Hey God.
Oh
And
god. This
it's
session.
even working with, like, if you're working, if I didn't work in a corporate organization, like a structured,
Yeah.
maybe I would be joking. Right. There's something that working in a community, like a structured team, does to your personality. You will remember, I know sometimes I would say, this was what we were doing in DPR then. This was what, these people was doing. Okay, maybe since it does something. So it's still very, I still advise people, try and get that experience, try and be under somebody for some time before decide to be oga bata. Some people blossom through there. Some other people, you need to be tamed. You need to be tamed
Yeah.
for a while before you will be able to call yourself
Find the
madam
balance. Yeah.
or oga. Yes. So yeah.
That's really good. Thank you very much for that. So, guys, we are not saying don't leave your 9 to 5. Neither are we saying leave your 9 to 5. But what we are saying here is make sure that before you make any decision, make sure that you have reasonable resources in place to sustain you as a person. As we're all here, we don't do 9 to 5. There was a time I was doing 9 to 5 and doing my data creator chick hand in hand, side by side. I was going for a 9 to 5. I was showing up, doing my clients' work. Was it hard? Yes, it was fucking hard. Sorry for that word, but it was so hard. Like extremely hard. But then I still decided to show up. I still struggled to show up until I was able to. Don't go and say, okay, let me do 9 to 5 and then leave my side hustle. If you do 9 to 5 and leave your side hustle, right? Then how are you going to now build the side hustle how you want it to be so you'll be able to leave the 9 to 5? So you need the two to go hand in hand until you're able to find your own
A
footing before you can now say,
balance.
okay, I'm not
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So thank you very much. This session has been really insightful. It has been fun. It has been everything I
That's been
envisioned it to be.
a lot of things.
Yeah. Even myself I've learned in the process as well. So it was
Thank
so good
you
to
for
have you.
having me.
Thank you. Even though network was really hard on us, but yeah, it
Yeah.
was nice. So before we wrap up the session, can you tell us your final words to anybody out there? Those people that are starting, those people that are already ongoing. Any advice that might be useful to entrepreneurs, creators watching this live right now?
Who will I even advise? Okay. So my go-to advice for anybody, whether you're a startup, whether you're an intermediate, whether you are an expert, I hold my own God very serious. So hold on to God and try to make sure that the next thing that you want to do, that it's aligned with your purpose in life, right? And after you figured that out with God, the next thing for you to do is to put in the work, implement. See, like sometimes I'll be like, it's like, hey God, me, I'm a living example of how implementation can take you from 0 to 100. Coming from someone who once charged people 2.5 for learning Igbo language per week, and the day my husband heard it, he was like, "What do you mean by that?" And when I went through the process that when I went through the process I needed to go through, learn all the things I needed to learn, and put a price on what I'm going to be offering, and somebody paid.
Mm.
I was like, wow,
They
okay,
work.
great, oh, okay, good, and then it has been now. There's no way. I'm sorry, it's not pride. There's no way you will mention Igbo language tutors or Igbo language promoters or whatever that my name will not come up. A first five. It's not like I'm not there, but at least when you hear, you will know that this person is not joking. This person. So implementation it was what helped me. I implemented what I learned. I used my mouth, asked, can I get this? How much will it cost? And then relationships. I don't joke. Nicole Chikwe was one of the people that came to me and said they want to learn Igbo language, and she paid. After paying, she stayed for, she actually went all through the process, and now we have gone from client or learner tutor relationship to friends. We chat, we call each other, we send gifts, relationships, and there's no offer you know giving at any point in time that I say, oh, please, Nne, please, can you, how much are you going to charge me for this and all of that? And she say, oh, don't worry yourself, I'm just going to post it. And now I try not to abuse any kind of relationship I have with people, because my mom is a teacher as well. So she taught us with courtesy. Courtesy demands that. Courtesy demands that. So I'm always checking the courtesy book. What does courtesy say now? Okay, we have to say good morning first and all of that. So number one, God. Two, implement whatever it is that you've learned. Number three, don't abuse relationships, whether with your older colleagues or counterparts or with the younger ones. Just give everybody a fair chance to prove themselves. Yeah, that's it for me.
Well, thank you very much for that final words, Ada, Igbo language boss. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. So, Chijioke, what final words do you have for entrepreneurs, freelancers, creators watching this session right now?
Okay. So basically, I think the final words are basically, yeah, like she mentioned, actually really holding God firm. Because sometimes, yeah, this entrepreneurship race is not normal. It's not a normal race. Sometimes everything just looks as if it's working against you. You need to have an anchor that
Honestly.
is beyond yourself. You need to have an anchor that is beyond yourself. If not, you might just lose it. I lose it. That I think it's on social media or that always tries to share the side where most people don't used to share about this whole journey of entrepreneurship. It's not easy. You need to have an anchor. The second, you need to have a network of people, a community of people that you can go to when things are not right. There are people that when things are not going well, I can pick up the everything just scatter this period. So they will be there, they will comfort, they will be there to support, they will be there to lead you through the process. Having that network of friends and then not joking with building relationships. And then number three, don't give up. It's consistency. You try something, it not work, does not mean it's not going to work again. So you have to try it again and again and again and again and again. You see, you lose your Instagram account like Eloho has done as I've done. Because I've lost my Instagram account before. You start another one. does not mean if you use a second account, you say it has finished. My village people have finally won.
That God has
No,
ministered. Maybe this is
now
not
God
for
has
me.
ministered. It's not the part. No, it's not God not ministered to you. You have to go again. You have to go again. There is no story of any successful man that didn't have scars. So scars is part of the journey. Yeah. So don't be afraid of scars. Don't be afraid of failures. Don't be afraid of difficulties. They're all part of it. It's not all goody goody. Anybody right there you
Of
say it's all
course.
goody goody
Yeah.
is lying to you. Yeah. So those are my final words. Be stronger. When you need help, reach out to people. I'm telling you, see, people are nice. People are nice. You might think that people are
People
not,
are
but people are
actually
nice.
nice,
Reach
yes.
out to
And
Yes.
people and
people on social, people on Instagram, they are really nice people.
seriously, I've met
Yes.
amazing people on
True.
this social media network.
Is it not Instagram? Me,
Seriously,
I met all of you people. Do I know you before?
see it,
Yeah.
Is
you
it
see
same
it.
Instagram?
So
So you see.
don't joke with that. So reach out to people. If you have these questions, ask. They will answer
But
you.
please don't be a nuisance.
Please, so
Don't
Ask,
because
don't
there's
be
a
a
lot of
ask,
people.
nuisance
ask with courtesy.
with
Good
You
morning,
courtesy.
don't
ma'am.
be
How are you? I have seen this
Yes,
and this. This is what
please.
I want. How much do I pay
Exactly.
for it? Can I pay?
Exactly.
Can I afford? It's not you say hi and then go and relax.
I want this thing
So
because now you they feed them.
let me give you a bad example. My pastor shared that somebody messaged me and said they needed iPhone 12 Pro Max. Out of the blue, say, hello, sir. Please, I need iPhone 12 Pro Max. Don't be like that person. Please, don't be like that.
It's
It's
not
not what I
good
say
like
to God.
that.
It's
And
not
people
good.
will just blacklist you. You'll be wondering,
And
wow.
You
They
not say
will
the
share
person
you
is
with
proud.
their friends in case this
Eh,
person meets you. This is
you
say the
get
person is
this is how he
proud.
behaves. So
Hello is proud. You not reply.
he did not reply. So why would they reply when you're behaving like that? So I think a lot of people have talked about how to approach DMs. I think John Obidi has talked about it. A lot of people have talked about how to enter the DM. So go. I think John Obidi's YouTube channel. Go and look for it of how to network. You will see the proper way to get
Even
into this DM.
today's session was about networking self, so
You
there's
see
even
it
learning.
ahead. Go and learn, please. So that's my final words, basically. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Chijioke and Ada. You guys have when I don't scatter the table, arrange the table, put them back, bring them back to us. And we took all of it. And I'm really grateful that we had these conversations. In fact, the last 5 days has been really amazing throughout, even the panel session, everything. These are conversations that we rarely talk about. It may be something that is simple to us because it's something we've gone through, but sharing to somebody who is just coming, maybe if you had heard these stories when we were also coming up, it would have helped us faster. I don't know, but I believe so. And I believe that so many people here now that they have been in this session today, they've learned one or two things that they'll take home with them to, improve their own processes and their own businesses as well. Does anybody have any questions? So if you don't have any question, tell our panelists how grateful you have for this session. Did you enjoy the session? Did you learn something? Tell our panelists, thank them, thank them. Because if they not agree to come here today, they will not be here. And I'm really grateful. So this is me saying thank you to Ada, thank you to Chijioke. I know that you guys agreed to say yes because of the relationship we had, but aside that, it's a really big deal for me. You could have just said no, even though we had that relationship. Say, oh, maybe I'm busy, it will not work out for me. I would have still understood, but it means a lot to me, and it makes me feel like, oh, okay, these people also still see me as somebody, for you to want to appear here. So I'm really grateful to having you guys here show up on this panel. It means so much for me. I do not take it for granted for anything in the world. It means so much to me, and I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful. I don't know what I'm short of words, but I'm just
you're
grateful.
welcome.
You're
What?
welcome. Don't stress
I'm
yourself.
grateful.
Don't stress yourself. You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're
So
welcome.
everybody's saying thank you so much for this amazing session. Everybody enjoyed themselves, and I appreciate you guys. So do have a lovely night's rest, and goodbye.
Bye.
Yes, Damilola. Yes. I understand why all those DMs and emails did not work out. Yes, please. When you are messaging people, you have to also understand that these people are people. If I show you the messages I sent to these guys that I brought to the panel session, even the speakers, some of them already people I have relationship with. But when I send them messages, I still give them room to make them make the decision themselves. So things like, see, your choice of words means a lot. How you put your words together. So during the marketing of this conference, I reached out to Salem King and I was like, I and Salem, we have a form of relationship and we used to communicate. I've had Salem on last year's event. We've met a couple of times, we've also spoken, and we've connected through his community and several other places. So I went to meet him in the DM during the promotion. I was like, hi Salem, good evening, how are you doing today? Good afternoon. It wasn't morning or afternoon, I don't know, good whatever day I sent it. How are you doing today? Please, I have a free conference that's coming up. This is what the conference is about, right? And the conference is also going to benefit your audience. And I would like to promote this conference to your audience. Listen though, I would like to promote this conference to your audience. What will it take? What will it take and how much do you charge? Now, me and Salem have a relationship. I could have just gone and say, hi Salem, please, can you help me promote this thing to your audience? If I do that, it means that I don't see their worth and I'm just trying to abuse the relationship I have. But instead, I didn't even have it in mind that it was going to do it for free, but I just felt like, oh, because we have a relationship, he may give me a discount. And then he was like, don't worry, send me the details, I'll post it on my story. Don't worry about it. Just like that. If I come and say, hi Salem, please can you post this thing on your page for me? He might have seen it as, what's the meaning of this rubbish? Now you they feed me. He might have now sent me his bill and say, oh, this is how much I charge for it. Pay for it. Now, even though it's something I could have paid for or I could afford, but that relationship and also how I have kept my relationship made me not pay. All the speakers that have been coming for this session, I did not pay anybody 1 naira. I didn't pay anybody 1 naira. Even the raffle draw that I'm doing, that I'm giving you people access to their product for free, they didn't ask me for it. It's just my way of saying thank you to them. That's why it's okay. What can I add to it to just say thank you to them? All the panelists, all the speakers here, I did not pay them a dime. I didn't pay them a dime. They could have said, oh, hello, you have to pay me to bring me to this, come and speak on this. It's all about relationship building. It's all about, also how you now use this relationship that you have. So it's not just about building relationships, it's also about how you use the relationship that you have. Even when I wanted to bring Yai on, I told you, I say, because Yai is my best friend, I could just say, Yai, I want to come for this. I just say, this is how I started a conversation with Yai. I say, yeah, this conference, this event I did last year. She said, yes. I want to do it again this year. And this is the idea I have based on, because we are friends. So they're talking about it. Then and I said, okay, but don't worry, I'll go and work on it. When I have the full idea, I'll come to you. I already have it in mind that I was going to come, but I didn't tell her. Then I went back. I had the full idea. Then I came back. I said, Mama, this is the idea I have. What do you think? She said, it's really, really nice. I saw the idea. And I'm like, I would really love for you to be one of the speakers. Listen to how I word it. I didn't say, Mama, come and be one of the speakers, even because she's my best friend. I would really love for you to come and be one of the speakers. Before I could even finish, say, oh, yes, I'm up for it. Just let me know how it works. And that was it. I didn't just go and say, Mama, come and be a speaker, because I know, because she's my best friend. I just say, Mama, come and be a speaker. No, even Victor, let me not even say some of these things, but Victor had a really tight schedule. When I told him about this, he was like, this is it. My schedule is tight for June. And because of the relationship I have with him, he agreed to come here. And I'm not paying him a dime to bring him here. It's a relationship. And even though I have that relationship, when I still went to meet him, I make sure that I already have the idea properly fleshed out. And then I went to meet him and I said, hi, Victor, this is the idea. This is the conference I have. This is the idea I have about the conference. And this, I would really like for you to be a speaker. This is a topic I really like for you to talk about in this conference, because it highlights or it does this, blah, 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 when it comes to the topic and theme of the conference. And I would like to have you on the conference. What will it take for me to bring you on? I know Victor is my friend, but I still ask him, what will it take for me to bring you on? I didn't just say it because I'm hypocritical. I said that because I value my relationship and I understand the fact that in as much as I have a relationship with this person, they're also in business. They charge to do these things. So why will I now go and say, come and do it for free? I give them the opportunity to make decision themselves. And I'll be like, oh, okay. They finally, even Oyindamola that came, I don't really have a close relationship with Oyindamola, but we've been talking via Instagram DM from my stories. I respond to her story, she responds to my story. So when I was compiling the speakers, the Holy Spirit said, oh, use this lady instead. I wanted to use somebody else before I now switched to Oyindamola, but that's another story. The same from DM. I sold her the idea and I told her about the conference, and she was happy to jump. The same thing for our woman. Every single person that I've invited here, even the panelists. In fact, I reached out to all the 18 panelists in one night, and all the 18 of them said yes. All the 18, I reached out to all of them in one night. And some of the panelists, some of them are people that we met, all of them we met on Instagram. Some of them are my students. Some of them we connected via the DM, we connected via one way or another. And I reached out to all of them. And I didn't pay anybody to bring anybody here. So you see how powerful relationship is. So if you're thinking about it, start building powerful relationship. You're not building relationship, because I'm building relationship, because I want to go and use it to go and get money. Or if I build relationship now, just as Elo has explained, when I need people to come for my event, I'm able to go and pay, I'm able to go and use them for free. That's not what relationship is all about. Relationship is all about value. You need to also, and I believe that they all agree because they've seen the value that I provide. I believe that relationship is all about value. You should also have value to give. So tomorrow, if you go and meet somebody because you think you have a relationship with them and they turn you down, don't be angry. Maybe because you don't have the value to provide. I've also met social media Oga. I told her, I want to promote this thing with your audience. She created the content, she wrote the script, she designed it, and she posted it. She gave me like she splits the charge. She charged people into 4 and charged me 1. So she gave me 3/4 discount. So let's say she charged 400K, for example. She split it into 4. She split 400K into 4, right? And I asked me to pay 1 out of that 4. So she gave me 3 out of the 4 as discounts. That was what she used to do the promotion for me. Why? Because of relationship and access, and also how I went to her. Also, other people that push this program. There's another my coach that pushed the program on WhatsApp. He has a huge WhatsApp following. He decided to do it for me 6 days. I paid for 7 days to promote it to his WhatsApp audience. Guess what? He offered to push it to his email list as well for free. Even after he pushed it, finished, the event has started. He came to me, hello, Alpha, how is the event going? He still started pushing it again. For free. I only paid for 7 days promotion. He pushed it further, even more than the 7 days, So that is to tell you the power of relationship building. I've known this person since 2020. I bought his course when we were doing that WhatsApp. When we were doing during COVID, that was when I met this person I was talking about on WhatsApp. I bought his Facebook ad course, and I've gone ahead to buy different of his courses. And that's how we knew until today that relationship is still there. Yes, networking on social media is an investment because you never know what that could lead to. Exactly. You never know where it could lead you to. I've met so many people that I may have never in my life even have the access to them through social media. And it's not just about going to people's DM, becoming a simp or becoming a nuisance, becoming a parasite in people's DM, right? Oh, maybe just say the social media Augustine has the Grow Conference link in her bio. Imagine, I didn't pay her to do that. I didn't pay her to put it in her bio. I didn't pay her to put it in her community. She put it. Even Sapphire too did the same thing for me. She posted it in her community, sent it to her email list. I didn't pay a dime. So networking is a lot. So I'm not just hammering on network. I'm also hammering on how you treat this network that you have. If you treat them anyhow, you're also going to lose. Don't treat them as an investment of, as I'm building this audience now, when I need people, you must show up for me. They don't owe you anything. You have to be the value. As Aoma have said, be the value. And then when you be the value, you'll be able to now get people to want to even associate themselves with you. It's as simple as that. I've talked a lot. I don't start another session on inside this session. But yeah. So that's it. So if you want to get started, go and buy Aoma's book. Buy a Money Star book, right? Buy that book and get started. Get access to the free. The link is in the comments now. Get access to the free conference that will be happening in Lagos. And if you're not in Lagos, you can join the live events, to interact. So when I'm saying choose a conference bestie, interact in the comments. I know what I'm doing. I'm not stupid. Don't say, hello, is looking for engagement. If you like, don't interact. The event will still go on. If you like, don't comment. The event will. I'm not looking for your engagement. If you like, don't do. Now your business. I'm not looking for your engagement. I'm just doing this Besides, you didn't pay me to come here to do this because I know I want to do this, and that's why I'm doing this. So whether you engage, you know, engage, you know, interact, I will still do this because I have decided I'm going to do this. You didn't tell me to come and do it before I decided. So if I tell you to engage, to interact, it's for your own good. Get a bestie, do a video, do this one, share your feedback. It's for your own good.